Travis Irving, Jeremy Thompson lining up for the opening faceoff. We're underway. Game 2 of the Mann Cup in 2016. It's battle along the boards. Everyone's battling for it. It'll be interesting to see how things play out. The referees tonight, Chris Williams and Blair Ferguson, tend, I think, to let a little bit more go, tend to maybe not call things quite as tight as Ian Garrison did last night. Rob Williams saying that, no question, Garrison did a great job. He said it several times, but they did not adjust well to what is usually called in the East. Generally, the WA, there's a shot from the outside, misses by Dan Taylor, our player to watch, and Jarrett Davis will track it down just a few seconds on the shot clock, so he'll fire at the length of the floor. And Brody Merrill will turn things around the other way. But you're saying, out west, the WLA is considered a much rougher, tougher league, and they have to adjust. They said it was their own fault. They took the penalties, but they've got to be better tonight while still playing a rough physical game. Dane Smith up at the top, over to Dan Dawson. Again, he's climbing the charts of all-time Mann Cup scoring leaders. Austin Stotts off the beak of Frankie Sciliano. Sciliano will adjust that face mask.
That's a tough way to start a game, especially after having a shaky start yesterday.
Ryan Banesh, who had a hat trick yesterday, big check on him by Matt McLeod. Banesh swings back around, 18 on the shot clock as Smith goes over to Randy Stotts. He's getting a pick from Dan Dawson, slips through just what he did yesterday, but this time the big save by Sciliano. Dane Smith forechecking all over Kevin Reed, but he gets the nice behind-the-back pass to Zach Porter. And here come the Berards up the other way. Connor Goodwin. Back to Matt Symes. Seeing Symes for the first time in this Mann Cup. There's a moving pick. So again, you have to figure out early on what is going to be allowed, how much you can hit somebody before it's called moving pick. They know now. Briar Jonathan, he's in. Cody Jamieson, of course, still out. I don't know that we're going to see him unless the Chiefs get in some dire straits. Because, he does need surgery on that knee, and it hurts when he plays on it. There's a big checking by Leo Sturos as Colton Porter's just protecting the ball, letting the 30-second shot clock expire.
Porter getting in the face. Sturos there, and a shot comes by, but Jeremy Thompson's going to scoop up that loose ball, no problem. Away they go.
Yeah, he's got Brody Merrill on the wing with him. Ethan O'Connor running some interference. Dan Dawson is already out on the turf. They're going to slow things down there. Here's Austin Stotts driving to the net. He's turned aside by Jarrett Davis, who's caught back on D. That's okay. He can play back there. There's a shot and a goal. Driving to the net and just tucking it home. Ethan O'Connor stayed out for a shift on offense and makes it count. That's that's his first shift on offense that I've seen this year, and he scores on it. That's a good 1-for-1.
There you go, and that's 2 goals in the Mann Cup for Ethan O'Connor. I thought he had a fantastic game yesterday, on the defensive side of the ball and pushing in transition, but he's showing here that he does have a knack for the net when he does get that opportunity. A nice finish, bounce shot on the glove side of Sciliano. And I know minor lacrosse coaches everywhere are smiling because that's the exact shot young kids they teach try to shoot there.
Keogh up to Briar Jonathan. Banesh throws it across. Lots of movement. The shot by Smith goes wide, and it's going to roll down the floor. Dylan Ward will come out to play it. They've got 12 seconds left on the shot clock as the pass is forward to Dane Smith. There's Randy Stotts feeding it through. Banesh can't quite handle it. Scooped up by Sciliano. Short outlet pass. The Berards do want to run. They like getting the transition game going, but no opportunity there.
Yeah, I think they got to also, they were doing it a lot yesterday, just running the ball up the floor and then getting it to the offense. I think they needed to do a better job to try to create odd man rushes with their transition. Use that speed that they have.
Mike Mallory, the 67-point man in the regular season, goes near side and almost tucked that one past the arm of Dylan Ward, but Ward got just enough. And then he loses the ball. It was a strange little play. It looked like he started to throw it, changed his mind. And that is about as rattled as you'll see Dylan Ward. He kind of shook his head at himself as he walked back to rest his elbows on the crossbar. He is a pretty unflappable guy. Roger Weiss, the pass to Randy Stotts gets away from him. Creighton Reed grabs it. Reed, who missed most of the season in the entire WLA playoffs, was ready to go, but they didn't want to mess with their chemistry during the finals against Victoria. But he is back in now, and he's a big addition for them. Lowen put some excellent plays yesterday. That one goal was just gorgeous. They're moving the ball around, getting some swing. Penalty coming to the Chiefs. Jarrett Davis is on the floor and has to go look for his stick, and it's going to be a high sticking call against Mike McNamara.
And I would assume that's a right call there, just by the fact that there was no moaning and groaning from the home team. They even knew that it was the right call, and we're going to see it right here on the replay. Oh. You can see it right in the corner. Yeah, that's definitely worth 2 minutes in the sin bin, and Burrards are going to head to the power play now, which they did not see very much success at all, going 0 for 4. A lot of chances, but Dylan Ward, standing tall in all 4 of those opportunities.
So the power play for the Burrards, they're going to try and even things up. Mallory down low, McIntosh looking for a pass. There's a shot by Lowen, that's a beauty. Sets up for the overhand, goes sidearm. A mid to low, just tucks it past the foot of Dylan Ward.
Lowen showing that, he's not just an inside player, showing that he's got a nice outside rip. Sidearm with a little bouncer, as we'll see on the replay right here. And, this Burrards team, for what I've seen so far, they like to move the ball around, try to hit the crease for a quick stick. But when you got an open lane like that, especially with a shooter like Riley Lowen, it's obviously going to take that. He made no mistake right there.
The Burrards come up with the face-off. Again, if you're just joining us tonight, didn't hear what we were talking about last night, there is the CLA face-off rule is in effect, which is a different rule. Here's a cut to the net. Nice hard effort by Luke Gillespie, who has joined the lineup tonight, as well as Matt Symes. Symes has it. He'll let one go on the jump shot, and he scores. Very Corey Conway looking with that jump shot. That's the Conway special, but Symes makes it work, and Dylan Ward is not too happy with that one because he got some of it, and it just snuck its way through.
Yeah, that's a goal that Dylan Ward's definitely going to want back. He's Symes with the ball, a little jump shot, field lacrosse action. It goes right through the wickets of Ward, and you can tell as he's looking down, you can tell he's just, how did I let that one in?
There's the try, and again, the rule is, with the CLA rule, you have to pull straight back. You're not allowed to clamp and battle. You can clamp as long as you're pulling, but you have to. Your first motion has to be back.
Yep.
And it catches everybody off guard. I mean, these players have to adjust, and you saw it last night. Jeremy Thompson and Travis Irving and these guys trying to get used to it. Dane Smith with the ball down in the corner. Chiefs trail. That one gets away. Austin Stotts will track it down. 9 seconds on the shot clock as he picks it up. Stotts gets that one back. 3 seconds, he'll just let it fly. Chiliano stops it, but then the ball bounces off his chest. No problem, as the Chiefs are all gone off to their bench. Mallory hands it off to Jarrett Davis. Davis looking for somebody. Now he's going to cut through to the middle, goes back to Mallory, who was a little bit too low to drive to the net, so he runs around behind and instead goes over to Taylor. His hard shot bounces away. Ball comes all the way out to Jarrett Davis. Brody Merrill and Jeremy Thompson both saw it roll just out of their reach. There's Davis cutting, but they go backdoor, and Mallory almost had that one. Pings it off the post. It's going to roll back, though, and the Burrards will get it back. You've got some tired defenders for the Chiefs out there. See if the Burrards can take advantage. Lowen driving, backing his way in. He's knocked down. Great strip by Mike McNamara, and he will eventually wind up with the ball. That's just a terrific defensive play after taking the penalty earlier.
That's the type of offense that this Burrards team is going to really have to do. Really get the Chiefs defense scrambling, get them moving, and work that off-ball cut, because it was working last night when they went on that run.
Hard shot by Rocket Roger Weiss, but it bounces back. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Dane Smith will throw it ahead to Briar Jonathan, and he'll just flick it behind him into the corner. So the Burrards, some good pressure defense. They played fairly well in stretches last night, and then really kind of fell apart. I thought they got flat-footed was the problem. They looked a little lethargic, a little tired in the third period, and that sometimes happens in a travel game, and it sometimes happens when you have to spend all the energy to come back from an early deficit. What a drive to the net. Oh, just running past, though, missing the net. And getting a little extra shove in the back was Gillespie as Paul Dawson helped himself up with a little push on the back of Gillespie. There's Stephen Keel thinking about shooting. He's going to come up to Dawson instead. Ryan Banesh, he's heading down low. There's a shot. Nice save by Chiliano off the stick of Vaughn Harris, who's playing up front now. But the Burrards, I think you can already see a little more jump, a little more cohesiveness, a little more comfort level in this game. Dan Dawson slips by. Looked to me like a moving pick on Owen Barker as he was flattened, but
you mentioned that the Burrards start to look a little bit lackadaisical, a little tired in that third period, and that's the thing with when you do play that up-tempo pressure defense. It does get tiring, especially when the Six Nations Chiefs have the ball for so long. So I think that was a little bit of what happened in that third period as well.
And somehow it's more tiring when it's not working. Oh, a big hit from Jeremy Thompson. Jars the ball loose, and we talked about early on that the officials tonight, Chris Williams and Blair Ferguson, known for letting the players play, for not making a lot of calls. So we'll see if it's a different type of game tonight. It seems to be so far. Matt McLeod running Randy Stotts into the boards with his head in a headlock. Roger Weiss throws it across to Stotts. Dane Smith tries to cut it through. Briar Jonathan on his offside. Couldn't sneak it by, and it's scooped up there by Clay Miller. Yet another. We actually still don't have lineups for this game. We're waiting for Point Street to start working. We weren't provided lineups, so our apologies for just figuring out who's on as we see them on the floor. Here's Matt Symes on the wing. Fakes the pass back to Porter, dives, and that's a great save by Dylan Ward. You could see that ball headed for the far side.
Ward making a couple of big stops after that second goal. That trickled through his legs. He's starting to really get dialed in here.
Dane Smith from outside. That one goes wide. Another one that bounds off the backboards and bounces all the way down the floor. Smart pressure by Travis Irving so that Ward can't make the short pass, but Dan Dawson comes back to help out as well. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Banesh fighting for it, but Sari makes sure he can't get to it. Banesh and Sari trading some jabs. Here come the Burrards. Connor Goodwin hands it off to Mallory. Jarrett Davis will go to Ben McIntosh. The Chiefs well out to meet the Burrards as they are playing on the outside right now. And now cutting to the net, trying the shot was Goodwin. We have a penalty coming to the Chiefs. Mike Mallory has it. Chiliano going to the net, to the bench. And Davis took that shot because there was only 1 second left on the shot clock, even though the extra attacker wasn't out. So it will be
Ethan O'Connor head into the box.
Ethan O'Connor heading off. And Pat, I believe you have something to say.
Yeah. Toronto Rock season tickets are on sale for the 2017 season. Enjoy great benefits like the ticket exchange program, 2 Bring a Friend vouchers, take any regular season game, and your ticket to the first Rock home game is included. Tickets start as low as $195. For more information, call 416-596-3075 or simply just visit torontorock.com. The Toronto Rock Elite League is still accepting registrations for this fall. Join the premier Winter Box Lacrosse League in Canada. A 24-game regular season allows players to keep their lacrosse skills sharp year-round. Rock Elite League has professionals coaching from the NLL players, coaches, and NLL rules and officials. Register today online at rockeliteleague.com.
All right, we are back underway with the Burrards leading 2-1 and on the power play. O'Connor with the penalty. There's Mallory cutting, but they go up top Taylor to the back door for McIntosh. He misses. It comes straight back out to Taylor. And they get a fresh 30 as Ward did get a bit of that. It's picked off, though. Brody Merrill running. He's got Paul Dawson with him and only Taylor back. And there's the trailer, Randy Stotts, who gets the pass, shoots, misses the net off the backboards, bounces away from Chiliano, and that's going to be a back in.
Good call there by the official.
Yep, Colton Porter had the ball. It rolled back into the crease on him. He had possession, so you just can't do that. Didn't mean to, but it happened. And Randy Stotts battling. He's taken down by the double team, and a penalty coming, and that's going to be Zach Porter. And that's not a very smart play. I mean, the Burrards took some calls last night that they thought they had to adjust to, but that's one that in any league, if a guy's laying on the ground and you chop him, that's a deuce.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate play for Zach Porter there. I'm big fan of his game. Plays that high tempo. He's one of the smaller guys, if not the smallest guy on the floor, but he plays like he's 6'5".
Loved his game last night.
Yeah, he was fantastic last night. One of the few players that did start from finish to end, giving a full effort, but just getting a little bit overexcited there and taking that extra hack there on the ground.
So we're 4-on-4 for the next minute and 18 seconds. Austin Stotts has the ball, steps across the top, fires over to his brother Randy. Dane Smith sets a pick, pulls himself free of the check. You can hear people calling for holding, and they may have a point. Kevin Reed flattens Randy Stotts after Stotts had reached out to kind of push him away, and Reed just shoved him down. And then Kevin Reed signals that he thinks Randy Stotts was diving. I'm not sure if we caught that on camera, but he gave him the big dive hand as Stotts ran by. McIntosh to the far side. Lowen hits McIntosh. Got that shot off quickly, but not a lot on it, and straight into the 5-hole stick, big wooden stick of Dylan Ward.
That's the right idea. They'll get the ball moving east-west, and as soon as you get it, try to fire it on net. Obviously, Dylan Ward very quick, post to post, but still it's tough. A tough save for a defender or a goaltender to make.
Stephen Keogh spinning off one. You can't fire at 5-hole there though, because that's the one place he'll be if he's going from side to side.
Exactly.
Is in the middle. You got to go for one of the posts, and McIntosh just didn't get that one where he wanted it. I was talking to one of the players in warm-up today, actually, and actually Billy D. Smith, and we're talking about, he was saying it's so hard to watch. He is out with a little strain that he suffered in the Peterborough series. Oh, here's Vaughn Harris breaking away. Luke Gillespie chasing him. A man off the bench. Harris stopped by Chiliano. Frankie Chiliano has shown some bounce back so far. Leo Sturos had a thought about going to the net. I was saying that Billy D. Smith said it's so hard to watch. It's just, he said there's nothing you can do. You can't control it. You're just watching. And I said, yeah, but you can see everything, right? I said it's like for us. We can see what guys should do. Banesh down low to Stotts. Back up to Banesh. They are on the power play now, and that one misses. Banesh gets it back. Back door. Oh, what a save, Chiliano. Last night you kept saying he's big, quick for a big man, and he is. And he's big for a quick man. But I was saying, we can see what guys should do, and we're often right when we see things because it's so much easier when you're up here. Dane Smith, the save comes back out to Banesh, and Zach Porter's back in. And the same, for fans everywhere, you can see things that it is easier to see with the perspective you have when you're not on the floor. Dan Dawson to Banesh. He steps into the middle, wants to let one go, but they're all over him. Now he spins, shoots, just misses, and Chiliano just glued himself to that far post, sensing where Banesh was going. But they get the ball back, fresh 30, and Austin Stotts gets it through, but Banesh can't catch it. A little shove from Colton Porter to Banesh. Definitely some pushing and shoving. You can see in the course of a 7-game series, it always escalates the intensity of the rivalry. And we see it a little bit of it tonight. Mike Mallory going on Brody Merrill. They switch. John Sullivan gets it. Matt Symes looking for a pass. He takes it from Lowen. Gives it down low. Mallory shoots a little bit wide. That one's going to go well back. 3 seconds on the shot clock, so Dan Taylor will just try to swat it. Brody Merrill's there, and Taylor basically just keeps it away from Merrill so he couldn't pick it up and go to the net. Matt McLeod is ready to check Dan Dawson, and Owen Barker just gives him a little tap as he walks by before plays even blown in. We're all even. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-1 Burrards. I'm Stephen Stamp with Pat Gregoire, bringing you this JVI Sports Network presentation of the Mann Cup 2016. There's Keogh in front. He is flattened. That's a huge hit from Kevin Reed. And Keogh was actually banged into Barker, who got knocked down. Matt McLeod running the floor, and you can hear them calling him back. He hands it off to Jarrett Davis. Ben McIntosh chugging down the middle, but Davis spins through on his own. Now comes back to McIntosh. Toe drag, another one. He's looking for a cutter, finds one on the far, actually goes behind the cutter, straight over to Gillespie. Mallory behind the net, back to Gillespie. Turns, shoots, that one goes wide. It's going to bounce off the glass. Time will run out on the Berards as Jared Davis was trying to throw it down the floor. Didn't have time with the angle of his stick and just flung it off the ceiling of this barn. Boy, it sounded with this metal roof, the corrugated roof. During the day, I was here from about 2 o'clock on, and when it was raining, like torrential rain, it sounded like a jet was flying right over the roof. Dane Smith backs away, hands it off. Randy Stotts wants to shoot. He will, saved by Chiliano. Saw that one all the way. Creighton Reed stepped into the crease. Kevin Reed is arguing, but that was a pretty clear call. And Randy Stotts will start with possession.
It was a good play by Randy to apply pressure to force him into the crease there.
Austin Stotts has the ball. Randy shoots. And if you hear us calling them Randy and Austin or Paul and Dan or Zach and Colton or Kevin and Creighton, it's because there's so many sibling acts here.
Yeah. Family affair out
Family
here.
affair, similar names. Occasionally, if they're out there together, we're going to go first names, make it easier. Matt Symes over to the far side. Lowen passes it off. McIntosh looking for a lane. Big pick from Davis. There's another one, Jarrett Davis and Aaron Davis. Nice spin. Goodwin doesn't get the shot, but McIntosh does and finds the bottom corner. Beautiful shot. And I thought Connor Goodwin was going to shoot, and you could see he kind of pulled the string at the last second, realizing McIntosh had a great angle, and McIntosh makes it count.
Yeah, that's great awareness by Goodwin to notice, the hot hand of this team getting that outside shot, get the ball to him, and you know what? We've seen a lot of outside takes so far from this Berards team. Just in game one, they weren't sinking. Tonight, it seems like they are dropping a little bit more. And you see this outside look, just a perfect take. Definitely, Dylan Ward, give him credit. They was screened by Ethan O'Connor out there. That's tough for the goaltender to see there.
Possession Chiefs off the faceoff. It's 3-1 Berards. Dane Smith over to Briar Jonathan. Saw a tweet calling Matt Symes the Springbok. Forgot that he is from South Africa. Not many lacrosse players that we see from South Africa. That's pretty cool. Stephen Keogh and Chiliano makes the stick save. Looked like he was leaning left, but managed to reach back right. Nice tap ahead by Kevin Reed. And Zach Porter picks it up after they get possession because he was knocked down from behind. A little cross check to the upper back, which is, Zach Reed is not a very tall guy. It's not hard to hit him in the upper back. And it's tough when you're a big guy to try and cross check low on a player who is shorter. Riley Lowen bounces off. Matt Symes drags it down. He's looking for another shot, and that pass is ill-advised and picked off by Ethan O'Connor. Mike Mallory heads straight back. A nice hustle by Lowen and by a couple of Berards to get off the floor and get the D out.
That was a great play by O'Connor.
Ryan Banesh's hard side, low, mid to high shot is off the shoulder of Chiliano. Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if O'Connor was anticipating the pass there or if he was just recovering for the slide and then noticed the pass was coming out. So it did go to him, but nonetheless a heads-up play by O'Connor there.
Chiliano topples rather than taking his arm away from his leg. He was up on 1 foot and let himself fall. Very smart play to not risk the ball bouncing out. And here comes a great play by Goodwin. We've seen him do that for the McGill Redmond time after time. Welcome to, and there is a holding call. You can hear people in the crowd calling in. Connor Goodwin will be tagged for holding. I was going to say the McGill Redmond were just playing 6 o'clock Eastern start. We have to check out how they did. They were trailing Nipissing 2-1 at the half.
Upset alert if that holds out.
Dan Dawson behind the back to Smith. Dane Smith pass across. Briar Jonathan can't get it, and that will end this play. And Travis Irving getting into the face of Briar Jonathan, and Ryan Banesh comes to give him a shove.
Just quickly checking the score there. The Redmond ended up winning 8-3. So
okay, solid second half.
Yeah. So I wonder
7-1.
I wonder what Coach Tim Murdoch said at halftime. Obviously,
there's the hold. You see that's there, that's a clear Goodwin. Hold. It is a clear hold. I was going to say the drive up the floor. That was Connor Goodwin making like the all-Canadian midi that he was. with the Redmen. He had some great drive, and hopefully a lot of folks who watched that McGill game are now tuning in to watch the Mann Cup and alumni Connor Goodwin. But they might not be too happy. They just took a penalty, and the Chiefs go to the power play, trailing 3-1 with 2.5 minutes left here in the first period. Chiefs will try and get back closer. Banesh over to Dawson. Dawson to Banesh. Dane Smith has to reach to catch that one. Smith shot well high, but it rolls out to Dan Dawson. Oh, he wasn't quite patient enough. Saw Davis coming and just reached into the crease. It's Berard's ball. They're going to set up in the offensive zone and see how much time they can kill here. Gillespie hits the cutter. Jarrett Davis. Gillespie then goes to the net, but Brody Merrill picks him up, and Sid Smith was waiting to just flatten him if he'd taken a pass there. Taylor hands it off. Davis throws it across. That might go into the bench. It does, just off the top of the boards. Oh, they're going to say
deflected off.
Did it deflect off a Chief?
It looked like it might have deflected right off Sullivan.
Okay, lob pass over to McIntosh. He's knocked out of the way, but nice play by Davis. McIntosh is going to race after it. Gets there first. Oh, what a great grab with 3 Chiefs bearing down. And they'll keep killing more of this penalty. There's a 28-second difference. 1 minute left in the penalty, 1:28 in the period. Here comes Gillespie all the way to the net. Oh, what a play! Fakes the high shot, goes down and nonchalantly tucks it past Dylan Ward. And boy, Gillespie having impact. Gillespie and Symes coming in on the offense, and they've already both scored, and they're looking like some energy guys for this team.
Yeah, that's exactly what Gillespie brings to this team. Lots of energy and athleticism, as we saw there, outrunning a couple of Chief defenders and taking this one to the rack. We'll see. Just cutting through the middle. Nice, beautiful fake that has Ward going down, and he elects to. So we'll see here, fake high and then goes down with the underhand shot. And it looked like when Ward did go down, he kind of knocked his own net off, giving Gillespie even more space to shoot at.
Yeah, improves the angle a bit. Short-handed goal for the Berards. They're up 4-1. For all the people who were saying and that pass to McLeod just outside the restraining line, it's over and back. So McLeod drops it. He's going to head back to the bench and get the penalty killers out there. It's Kevin Reed, Creighton Reed, Colton Porter, and Aaron Davis. Dane Smith up top, over to Banesh. Oh, that one off the crossbar and up into the ceiling. Austin Stotts is down on the crease on one side, Randy Stotts on the other, and he'll get the ball and pass it to Dan Dawson at the shooter spot. Behind the back, Dawson's going to let it fly. That one misses and doesn't touch the ceiling, just missed the cross beams. So Dane Smith gets it back, and they've still got 15 on the shot clock. Banesh wants to let one rip. Oh, tries to tuck it in the far side, but saved by Chiliano. Dan Dawson just uses his quickness combined with length to get that one. And Austin Stotts looked like he was going to pass to Banesh in a tricky little twister, but Chiliano stayed with him. 20 seconds left, so the Chiefs will send Ward to the bench and get the 6th attacker, Roger Weiss, on the floor. They're going to try and cut this deficit down to 2. Randy Stotts thought about shooting. Smith, Banesh, he's going to step around over to, it's picked off. The shot down the length of the floor, it's rolling, just wide. Zach Porter almost got that one. I'm not sure if he realized how much time he had, because you figure if they're shooting and running low, but he actually could have stopped for a second and lined it up. But easy, again, we're up here.
Yep.
We have the time and the perspective, the angle to be able to see what he should have done. And that was a pretty nice play there to knock it down. A great first period. What a bounce back period for the Berards. I was going to say, for everyone who was writing them off saying this is not going to be a good series, the Berards have a lot of heart and a lot of determination.
And this is out.
There's always pushback from the Six Nations Chiefs. We've seen it again and again. Example A, Exhibit A, down 3-0 in the MSL Finals, and they come back to get here to the Mann Cup and try to win their 3rd Mann Cup in 4 seasons. And, they lost Game 7 of the MSL Finals last year, 6-5 to Peterborough, so they're that close to being in their 4th straight Mann Cup here. Chiliano clamps down on the ball. Reed and O'Connor are going to get into it. O'Connor stepped into the crease, so it's Berard's possession. They will have the first offensive look. in period 2 after taking a 4-1 lead. Let's see if they can hang on to this one and how effective they can be playing from ahead. This is the first, they had a 1-0 lead in game 1, but this is their first substantial long-time lead. McIntosh, nice little pass through, but didn't quite get it to Davis, who ran into John Sullivan and got stood up. Oh, Riley Lowen. Oh, he's going to take a penalty. He reached up to get the ball, came down, the hand went up, and then you see the chin strap is loose, and you can see Blair Ferguson is indicating that it was loose for a while. If your chin strap is loose, you can stop and fix it, or you can leave the floor. You can't continue to play, and he took an active play, and that's going to be a 2-minute penalty, and that's a tough one, and a bit of a discipline issue, not from the being over aggressive sense. That's just you got to stop, and you can pick that pass off, but you can't.
Yeah.
Smith on the power play up top, goes down to Stotts. Dan Dawson turns Stotts and points him to the other way, just says go over there. Now Dawson gets him behind the net, behind the back to Austin Stotts. Over to Dane Smith. Randy. Banesh shoots, foot save. Aaron Davis, nice job staying out of the crease after picking up that rebound. And here comes Colton Porter. Hits the man off the bench. There's a run by Gillespie. They go to the net. McIntosh was on his offside, thought about having to go, but they're going to go for the penalty kill instead. Dan Taylor with it. Gillespie over to McIntosh. Down to Jarrett Davis, the 4th penalty kill. There's Gillespie. Oh, very similar to the first one, but this one I think may have been even nicer. Luke Gillespie is a spark for the Burrards. Was his earlier goal shorthanded as well? Because they do have 2 shorthanded goals.
Yep, second shorty of the game for Gillespie. And I definitely have to agree with you. I think this one was even nicer than the first. Beautiful fake, couple fakes up top, puts it 5-hole through the wickets of Dylan Ward. We'll see the replay right here. The initial pass coming from McIntosh. And just a disgusting little move to get the legs open of Dylan Ward, and he puts it through, and we look up at the scoreboard, and it's 5-1 for this Burrards team. They have definitely woken up, and they have said this is the team that has punched their ticket to the Mann Cup, and we have finally arrived here in Ontario.
Randy Stotts with the shot. That one goes a little bit wide. Gets his own rebound, and Chiliano's there to make the foot save. Nice follow. Oh, and Travis Irving took that cross-check from Stotts in a place where there's no padding, just on the side of the arm, the inside of the elbow. And he is sore, but he's a warrior. He's going to come back. He's already in his line, in his position to go back on the floor. Mallory lofts a pass over. Nice catch by Connor Goodwin. Great job to not let Mike McNamara know that the ball was coming. And now he'll go for a bit of a trot. Oh, and that one skips away. It's over and back. Mallory goes off to the bench. There's a shot by Dane Smith to stop. He tried to grab it, but it was in the crease, and Chiliano has it. Going to go to Connor Goodwin. He's covered, so Davis takes the pass. Kevin Reed was getting hit. He's knocked down by Brody Merrill, holds onto it. Eventually it pops out, and Aaron Davis gets it, but they don't make it across in 10 seconds.
Big hit there by David Brock, actually.
Harris with the shot off the post. It's going to bound out, almost picked up by Owen Barker, but it goes all the way back to Sid Smith. Smith makes the pass ahead to Banesh, and the Chiefs will set up. The power play is done, and that is a great penalty kill by the Maple Ridge Burrards, who are just having an outstanding evening. There's Banesh, scores. Great pass across, and Banesh had all kinds of time. Frankie Chiliano's been very good, but you can't let Ryan Banesh have that kind of time and space.
No, definitely not. We talked about how good he is in that exact spot. He's better from in tight situations on bad angles than, open outside looks, I would say. And he just, that patented little up fake, and just gets Chiliano just to move a little bit. That gets his 5-hole open and gets that stick out of the 5-hole to just put it home. And
Jeremy Thompson with the illegal move on the faceoff. Going a little early, so the Burrards get possession. Some pressure from Leo Sturos on Barker, but they move it up ahead. 5-2 the score. Taylor, watched by Brock. He'll cut to the net and be picked up by Paul Dawson. That pass gets away, but it's scooped up by Symes. He goes to the net, just misses the far side, but Lowen is there, can't quite grab it. He gets it back, though. Behind the back, what a shot! A fortunate bounce for the Burrards, but a great finish by Matt Symes. And wow, Rob Williams is a genius, clearly, for putting in Luke Gillespie and Matt Symes.
2 goals apiece for the 2 additions to this lineup, and both gorgeous goals as well. We saw the jump shot earlier from Symes, and then this one, like you said, taking the unfortunate bounce for Six Nations, but fortunate for Symes, and he puts away that BTB.
And that's Symes getting up off the floor, which is why nobody covered him, because he was down on the carpet. And the interesting thing on that BTB is usually you throw behind the back, you go far side because it's just the way it works out, but he pulled that one right tight around the head and came near post. That's a gorgeous shot.
And it's a huge goal for them too, not letting Six Nations go on their run, which we saw.
Gillespie wants more, almost has it. Dylan Ward reacts quickly to stop that one. There's some pressure for Jarrett Davis on Brody Merrill, and Merrill will now make the pass up, and John Sullivan gets hit just as he passes it off. Lots of pressure from the Burrards, and then hustling back into position. Great work there by Creighton Reed. Banesh with the ball. He was the last Chiefs scorer. He's got Sari all over him. Sari does a nice job picking up Briar Jonathan on the roll. Dane Smith scores, and Zach Porter tried to jump out on Smith, but it's too late when he started his windup. He is so quick to get that ball away, and he finds a hole. 6-3.
Yeah, and he did try to get out, but when it's Dane Smith shooting, you don't have much time because he has a quick trigger on that shot. A little bit of a sidearm 3/4 release. We'll see here. Just barely even in the screen. Uses the screen in front of the net.
Oh, right around.
Perfectly right around
the
O'Connor. O'Connor.
Clay Miller.
O'Connor getting another look on offense and making his mark, showing that he can play both sides of the floor.
6-3, 3.5 minutes here, 4.5 minutes into the second period. Stotts across to his brother Austin. Oh, what a pass to Roger Weiss, but the big shoulder save by Chiliano. Great pass by Stotts.
Chiliano making some big stops here in this game too.
Yeah, Davis tries to hit the cutting low end, but it gets away. Mike McNamara is going to lead Brody Merrill. The 2-hopper. Zach Porter's on him. Merrill shrugs him off. Banesh runs into the crease. Big collision between McNamara and it's Clay Miller. Clay Miller's just in the middle of everything. He's the other addition to the lineup tonight for the Burrards. And boy, he's having himself a game. He's jumping out on Dane Smith, doing a pretty good job of it. There's the pass to Jonathan. And boy, that is good one-on-one defense against Dane Smith for Clay Miller. That is not easy, and he did it well. Mallory has the ball on the far side. Will come to Taylor. The momentum shifting a little bit to Six Nations. You can see the Burrards working to get it back with a solid offensive shift. Nice job by Lowen to get it back. Bounces away, he passes it back. That was a bit of a mistake. It is tracked down by Taylor, but he's going to run out of time and just drop it into the corner.
A good defensive stand by the Six Nations team. They were getting caught around, getting a little chasey there, but the rotations standing strong and a couple good bounces there as Maple Ridge couldn't hold on to the ball.
Here come the Chiefs working it in. Sidearm shot by Weiss. That one's off the chest of Chiliano. He comes up with it and throws it ahead to Kevin Reed.
We're seeing a much different Chiliano in between the pipes so far, making some big-time saves. We saw him make some really athletic saves before, but a few that, he was upset with, and tonight he's...
That pass skips away from Connor Goodwin, but he recovers. Nice job. He and Von Harris battle for it. Sidearm shot, low to high, mid to high, but Goodwin stopped right by the chest of Dylan Ward, and here come the Chiefs running. The second period, always a little more chance for transition, and that shot stopped. Von Harris will stay out and play offense. He is very good. No, he's going to go off as he is playing a transition role tonight. Talked about the guys' potential draft picks. We'll talk about them some more, but here's Dane Smith working in on Porter. Gets it to Dawson. Big save. Scooped up, and we're going to say, okay, it is Burrard's possession. Clay Miller ahead to Zach Porter. He sees 3 white jerseys. And that's what you've got to love about Zach Porter. He's still looking to see if there's a way to the net or someone that he can create an opening and a scoring chance for. Smart play to pull it out, but he did not give up easily just because he saw some white jerseys. That pass went right on the net. I'm sure it was a pass, but it did hit Dylan Ward. He drops it, whips it ahead to Brody Merrill, and that was close on the 5-second count in the crease, actually. He may have dropped it outside the crease and picked it up, which I think would reset it. The nuances of some of the crease rules are a little tricky. Stotts shoots. Arm saved by Chiliano. That one bounces up into the stands. Chiefs will get a refresh.
Look, that actually might have even went off the butt end of Chiliano there.
Stephen Keogh driving to the net. Shot saved by the arm of Chiliano. Boy, the difference for a goaltender when he's seeing the ball and feeling it, you can just see like he looks so confident and so calm making those saves. And we talked last night, he can move quickly, but it's better when you can be in position and just have to make the subtle little moves. Weiss wants to shoot. That one misses. Colton Porter eventually picks it up. Randy Stotts on him. Porter's looking up the floor. They're going to slow things down. The Chiefs do have 4 draft guys that should go in the first 2 rounds. Both backup goalies, Doug Jamieson and Warren Hill. There's a good one trying to make a move down. Lowen, pass across to McIntosh. A lot of movement by the Berards. Now it results in a chance and a goal for Ben McIntosh. Speaking of draft picks, he was a number 1 for the Saskatchewan Rush, and he has recreated a 4-goal lead for the Berards.
We talked about a few players that do have some championship pedigree on this team. None at the Mann Cup level, but lots at the NLL level, at and in junior as well. But that's a perfect shot right here. We'll see the replay. We don't unfortunately get to see the shot, but you do see it go off the leg of Dylan Ward, and just too much time and space off that roll. Beautiful by Ben McIntosh. That's 2 outside rips that McIntosh has let go, and we talked about him being more of a play away from the ball, catch and release guy, but tonight he's showing that outside shot.
Taylor corralled by David Brock. Quick stick release by Symes, but Ward was just sitting there waiting for it. There's an outlet pass to David Brock. A high hop, and he catches it, and that gives the Blues jerseys a chance to get back in defense. Brock tries to spin to the net, tries again, gives to Dane Smith. They got to get on him, and they do. There's Miller jumping out on him again. Dan Dawson on his offside, saved by Chiliano. Picked up by Porter. The other 2 Chiefs who will go high in the draft, Von Harris, we just saw, and Leo Sturos, number 55 on the defense, who the ball just went past him there. McIntosh will shoot, misses, snagged nicely by Gillespie. He shoots, that one's stopped by Ward. There's Sturos, the 4th Chief we were talking about, who should be at least a 2nd round pick. That pass over to Harris, who could well go in the 1st round. The point of that of talking about those guys is there's a guy who's climbing my draft chart, and I do a lot of draft coverage, and that's Matt Symes. I hadn't seen a whole lot of him. There's a moving pick. And I'll tell you, Symes is something. Yeah,
I've been very impressed with his game. We didn't get a chance to watch him yesterday.
No.
Today he enters the lineup, and boy, is he a dynamic player on the offensive side of the floor.
Taylor gets it back from Davis. He's got a defender without a stick. You can see Jeremy Thompson thinking, do I have time to pick it up? He's got to just stay with him. Taylor's shot just goes off the leg of Ward. Paul Dawson tries to grab it. They're going to say it hit the mesh up above the screen. And we will take the media timeout here at the midway point of the 2nd period. That's you, Pat.
Athletic program is ever evolving, and trying to find good programming is getting more and more difficult every single day. But the Toronto Rock Athletics Director Colin Doyle has developed an athletic program for boys and girls that is based on in a fun and fast-paced environment. A full slate of programs and are now open for registration, including boys, girls, lacrosse clinics, and PA Day and holiday camps. The next PA Day camp is on October 7th. For more information, visit TorontoRockAC.com. And speaking of Toronto Rock Athletic Center, They are pleased to present the Paul Rabel Experience Live. This is a one-of-a-kind event coming to Canada's premier lacrosse facility on October 1st and 2nd, bringing lacrosse icon Paul Rabel to Oakville to hold his first ever Canadian camp in his first many unique events at the track as a part of a new slate of programming offered by Track Athletics. This Saturday, October 1st camp is already sold out, but there is still some space in the October 2nd camp for Pee-wee, Bantam, and midget players. Goalies are also needed for both days, and goalies, you can register for free. Register online today at TorontoRockAC.com.
And we're back. 9:45 to go here in the second period of Game 2 of the 2016 Mann Cup. It's a 7-3 lead. What a different game we are seeing from last night. I loved Aaron Davis and Rob Williams' response. Last night they just said, you know, we've lost before. We've faced adversity. We'll come back. They wear warm-up shirts that say what's next on the back, and they're always looking to see what's next, and that was Game 2. Now they have to prove they can hold on to this lead because the Chiefs have faced some adversity in their day, and they have battled back as well, obviously. Ryan Banesh takes that pass, gives it over to Keogh, and directs Keogh over to the far side. He'll step to the middle now. Kevin Reed on him, a little slash. Austin Stotts runs into the double team, and it's picked off. Here comes Kevin Reed. Keogh with the big hit on him. Returns the slash on the arm. Slash across the back. Reed still running with the ball. Has it low and just shovels it over to Taylor. Reed falls. Stephen Keogh caught on defense, and Reed is motioning to the officials. He would like a call there. Taylor has it. Briar Jonathan back on D watching him. Scores! Dan Taylor just steps to the side, uses a screen, and fires a low shot to make it 8-3.
Boy, have we seen a different team today. You know, they're burning this Six Nations team from the outside, from the inside. The offense just clicking. And Dylan Ward having a hard time seeing the ball because of all these screens and these great shots, though. You just see that perfect little bump and roll, but Taylor, instead of hitting the pick, he decides to shoot, and he's got a great outside shot. You'll see here, he just shoots right around Harris, and Ward can't stop that one.
Possession will go to the Chiefs. Off the face-off, Sid Smith will start with it. Dan Dawson lobs it over to Randy Stotts. Again with all the brothers. 1 point, and we owe this to Teddy Jenner for reminding us. Kevin Reed and Creighton Reed are not related. No. We didn't want to make people think they were. I was talking about brothers and people with the same names. And there's a high check on Austin Stotts. Ryan Banesh will spin off one and give it back to Stotts. Over to his brother Randy. But there are lots of siblings in this game.
No doubt.
Randy Stotts shovels it back. Doesn't quite get to Dan Dawson, and Weiss will pick it up. Lots of time on the shot clock, 10 seconds. Stotts fighting his way in. Gets a shot off with Creighton Reed on him. There's Austin Stotts. Several fakes. Throws it to Randy behind the net. They've got a fresh 30. I must have missed something. I don't think I saw it hitting Chiliano. Did you?
I actually was refreshing my Twitter, so unfortunately I don't know. Okay. But I did see that penalty.
Yes, Dawson with the shot. And Banesh fires another shot, then throws a punch at Zach Porter. And Banesh has got to go for that. It will be a power play. And Banesh has Zach Porter tried to get in under the skin of Paul Dawson at the end of the game last night. Didn't succeed. Dawson stayed calm, but Banesh there first took the shot. They could call delay of game or unsportsmanlike for that shot after the whistle, after the first shot. Bounces off the post by Dan Dawson.
And that's where the initial penalty is there. And then that's the second shot there, and then
he throws the punch.
Yeah.
Not sure why, if Porter got up on him, but for anyone who's not familiar with the rules in Major Series Lacrosse and the WLA, so a CLA event here, the Mann Cup, when there's a delayed penalty, as soon as you attempt a shot, if it doesn't go in, play is whistled dead. It's not like the National Lacrosse League where you can take a shot, get the rebound, and continue to play until the other team gets possession. I have to admit I like that rule better. That's one I'd like to see summer lacrosse change, because until the other team gets possession, why should you have to Wow. So we have matching penalties. There's a shot by Lowen. Great save by Ward. Have to admit, I'm a little surprised that both teams got penalties there. Austin Stotts with it in the 4-on-4 situation. Jonathan sets a pick and rolls. Dane Smith this side, trying to go by. Another nice job there by Clay Miller to hamper Dane Smith. We're going to have a holding call. I guess it wasn't as good a play as I thought because Clay Miller is going to the penalty box for holding.
Yeah, just a little bit too much jersey or on the back there by Miller. Going to sit down for 2 and head to some 4-on-3 lacrosse, and Six Nations really has to get their power play going. We saw them go 5 for 9 last night. I mentioned that already. Tonight they haven't seen, just to get this power play clicking, this 4-on-3 opportunity would be the perfect chance to get this momentum back on their side.
So hard to stop a team from scoring 4-on-3. The Rock Elite League power play, as they go to the 4-on-3, it's an even more potent power play. Oh, there's a save on the shot by Randy Stotts. Ciliano's doing what he can. Colton Porter battling for the ball, but Roger Weiss comes up with it. 6:15 to go here in the second period, and the Chiefs want to get one. Roger Weiss misses. Will it go up into the crowd? No, it's off the glass. 18 seconds as Dawson goes to Stotts, over to the other Stotts, and he buries it. People were wondering if Austin Stotts would play tonight after he had to leave the game last night. He'll play, he'll score, and he'll celebrate.
No doubt about that one. We've seen him go down with injuries so much in this postseason with the Chiefs, but he just keeps coming back, and it's because he likes to score so much. He loves winning. He loves this game. Guy plays with so much passion, like you said a couple times, almost with too much passion, but here, no doubt, and it's Stotts to Stotts. Beautiful no-look pass to his brother, and he knew he didn't even have to look because he knows where his brother is at all times.
Boy, there's going to Maple Ridge will have possession. They've got a man coming off the bench. Great break, Shave scores. Looked like Ward had it, but Jared Davis scored. You could see from up here, you could see Owen Barker make eye contact with Jared Davis on the bench, just waiting for the play to be whistled in, as a few Six Nations players looked a little bit confused. And from our angle, you could see Barker was just being patient, not giving away that he had a man coming off the bench. There are the 3 players, and he gets behind all of them and sneaks it in. Terrific play by Owen Barker, and the finish.
It's a heads-up play, absolutely.
Zach, sorry, I talked all over your replay there.
No problem. I mean, you nailed it right on the head. Hey, that's fine. It happens. It was an exciting play, and it's a huge momentum killer for this Six Nations team.
Lowen comes in. He shoots. Ward stops that one. Another good chance for Riley Lowen. Lob pass ahead from Merrill. We come back to 5-on-5. O'Connor's got the ball. So Dan Dawson has moved up to within 1 point. There's a shot by Dane Smith to tie Gary Gate, one of the all-timers for 6th overall in Mann Cup scoring. Fairly easy save for Ciliano and Austin Stotts as the shot clock was about to expire, so he took the outside shot. That's going to be Burrard's possession on the push from behind by Briar Jonathan. So it's 1 point to Gary Gate, 2 points to catch Scott Evans, 2 big-time scorers in Mann Cup history. Burrard setting up on the offensive zone. Connor Goodwin passes it off. It moves back to the side to Dan Taylor. Goodwin setting the pick. Taylor will let it fly. I think that was the post. Ward reached out with his arm, but looked like he got 10. Smart little play by McIntosh. Those are the little things. Just run around the ball, stop it, don't pick it up. Make sure you've got the time. The 30 doesn't start going until you pick it up. Jump shot by Symes. He likes that move. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of the jump shot. I think you lose power when you lose connection to the floor.
It worked that one time, though.
It did, beautifully. Burrards will get possession. Lowen, that shot goes off of Paul Dawson. He is hobbled by it a bit, but he's going to pick it up and run. He's looking for somebody coming off the bench. He's got Banesh, but Kevin Reed does a great job picking him up. Aaron Davis picks up Weiss, so Dawson lets it rip. Goes off Chiliano and back out to the Chiefs. Randy Stotts with possession. Banesh. Dan Dawson will throw it over to Randy Stotts. Thought about the pass over to his brother, but goes to Dawson instead. They've got 12 to shoot. Dawson spinning. Big pick by Randy Stotts. Flattens Owen Barker. And it'll be a moving pick. Burrard's get possession, and Barker will have a chat for the Six Nations bench. That's the kind of stuff you want to talk, you want to chat, but sometimes you just got to keep playing. There's a shot by McIntosh and the big save by Dylan Ward. Goes straight out to Taylor. Boy, when you're working hard and things are working, you get that kind of break where the bounce just goes all the way to the boards to Taylor. Now we have a delayed penalty. Gillespie had a perfect chance, though. Big save by Ward.
Huge stop, but the Burrards are going to be rewarded for that hard work. When you're working so hard, the defense gets tired and they take a lazy penalty, and that's exactly what happened there. The Burrards doing a great job making Six Nations have to scramble on defense, really using their athleticism and speed here.
Now, we are, unfortunately, for some reason, point streak again not working tonight. But if you follow Daryl Smart on Twitter, he is the Chiefs media guy, and I just saw that he has tweeted out the box score. He is just keeping it on his computer. That is fantastic. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, you can follow him, and we'll get the word. We are working on that. I've been talking to some folks to see what we can do to emphasize how important it is to have that up. We like to have it. I'm sure you guys following along like to be able to do it. Here we go on the Toronto Rock Elite League power play for the Maple Ridge Burrards. Quick shot by McIntosh, stopped by Ward. He tries to scoop it up, but it bounces away from him. Nice heads-up pickup by David Brock and gets the breakout started. Sid Smith gets it into the offensive zone past the restraining line. Now he runs outside the line. It's a strange mistake, a mental error by the captain. Sid Smith's usually so heads up, and he kind of gets away with it because Riley Lowen just fumbled the ball, maybe a little too excited to get going, knowing he had a line to the net.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic mistake from the veteran there, but he'll head back to hopefully kill off this power play.
Oh, that pass from Lowen to Lowen gets away, but Taylor fighting to get it back. Dives, and it goes to Lowen. Pass across. Gillespie, several fakes and just too high. The turnaround whip shot by McIntosh goes off the boards and onto the back of the mesh. And here comes David Brock. All kinds of chances for the Burrards. They just couldn't take advantage. Swim move by Brock over Zach Porter. Fights his way through, goes to the net, twister right into the belly. He went through the crease and grabbed the ball, so that's going to be no shot. It'll be a foul, a possession foul. So ball goes over to Owen Barker and the Burrards. 44 seconds left on the power play. He rolls it over very casually to Mike Maller, who casually passes it over to Jarrett Davis. Taylor with it, fakes the pass. Mallory wanted to shoot maybe, but there's a shot for the far side by Taylor. That's going to go up and bounce. Rob Williams is indicating that he wants a new possession, a fresh 30. He thought it was off the Chiefs. It was not, and that turns into a goal for Ryan Banesh at the other end. Oh, no, it's a call. Too many men by the Six Nations Chiefs, and it'll be Burrard's ball.
Wow.
That is huge. A shorthanded goal could have made a big difference, but instead, we'll take another look at that one if we can.
I would like to see another look at that one. I don't know about that.
I didn't see it, but I mean, you're watching one end and down the other, and there is a ref who's watching pretty specifically to see if that happens. And the Burrards back to the power play for another 7 seconds. Does not look like they're going to attempt a shot. You do not want to have a shot and have the ball bounce out to a player coming out of the penalty box. You can see Taylor thinking about it there. Now they'll take a shot, and they do. McIntosh just stopped by Dylan Ward on the goal line, or just outside it. And here comes Ethan O'Connor. O'Connor came over at the trade deadline, so they hurried to get a nameplate on his jersey and spelled it wrong. It's actually spelled with an O, another O. Ethan O'Connor, not O'Connor. And there's Banesh going through the crease. Austin Stotts doesn't like the call, and he taps the ball and didn't tap it too hard, so he doesn't get a delay game penalty. Creighton Reed throws it over. Shot. They go for the 2-for-1 possession with 44 seconds left in the period. Now the ball's scrambled along the boards. Everyone battling for it. Symes comes up with it, and they're going to call timeout. It's an interesting battle there. Before the game, I walked around the entire perimeter of the boards to check on the turf. We're going to count how many guys are on the floor as we watch this, but there is a little crease in the seam, in the carpet, down along, a bit of a fold down where they were just battling for that loose ball, and it can be tricky. Okay, there's 4 right there, so somebody's got to get to the bench. Paul Dawson is running to the bench. There goes Banesh. This is a great shot. It's close, but now the thing is, Banesh stepped off one end, and another player steps off this end. So two guys are coming on the floor. That's definitely...
That's the right
too many
call.
Men. There's no question.
That's the right call.
Dawson and Banesh were okay. He was very close, but the second guy coming out just makes it. And Hayden's down in the corner, our camera operator, and we didn't even see Hayden today. He's just down in the corner. We don't get to see him. He doesn't come say hi. No, he was busy doing his thing. But of course, great job getting that angle and showing that the referees, as is so often the case, were absolutely correct.
No, that's a. I wasn't too sure because I was looking at that far end, and Banesh was fine, but obviously it's that second.
That's him through the glare. Not the best look because of the glass, but he's doing a fine job down there. Thanks to him and to Gary Morrison and Ryan Harkness, our other camera operators. Berards, 28 seconds left. Do not have the extra attacker because there's an extra 2 seconds on the game clock versus the shot clock. And they remember how they almost scored a goal at the end of the first in a similar situation. Goodwin gives it back. 12 seconds. They'll start moving to the net. Riley Lowen is working hard considering the play isn't even really on. Now it is 7 seconds. Lowen will come and set a pick. And it's a moving pick. 4 seconds left. Paul Dawson grabs it, passes it over, but Chiliano is there, and you can tell Dawson took a look to see if the net was empty, but it wasn't.
No.
We will go to the second intermission and want you to tweet us your Thompson Brothers Lacrosse 3 stars of the game, as you can see from the graphic there, and please do send it in. There's Jeremy Thompson, one of the Thompson brothers, winning the draw from Travis Irving, but the ball is still loose, and it's scooped up. Nice job by Barker there. He's been in the thick of things tonight. And the Berards have first possession. I just want to clarify one rule difference I was explaining between MSL and NLL. When there's a delayed penalty, in MSL, as soon as you take a shot, play, if it doesn't go in, play is blown dead. In the National Lacrosse League, if you take a shot and it's stopped, like that one was by the post off of Ben McIntosh, then the play will continue if the shooting team gets the ball back. It's until the defensive club gets the team that has done the foul will until they get the ball. You keep going, and there's a shot by Lowen. It trickles through Dylan Ward. Speaking of goals, it is 10-4 for the Berards. You couldn't ask for much more out of a start.
No, that's exactly what the Berards wanted to do to start this period. Continue playing the way that they've been playing for the last 40 minutes, and they start off this period with a huge bang. Another outside shot by this team, and Dylan Ward getting a piece of it, but obviously not enough. Lowen using the pick from the top, and it goes. And
as we see that replay, Dylan Ward has gone to the bench, and Doug Jamieson comes onto the floor. And I'll tell you, Jamieson got in a little bit last night, and Ward is going. I thought he was heading down to the hallway to the dressing room.
He's actually off.
Yeah, putting his gear off, putting the stick up against the wall, taking the helmet off. I'm sure it's pretty warm in that gear.
I'm sure he's probably reflecting as well. I mean, this is not a Dylan Ward start. This isn't the Dylan Ward we've been used to seeing, and he did have a bad game in that Peterborough series as well.
Yeah, in Game 3, he said himself he was terrible. That's what he said.
That was an actual quote.
He said,
from him.
He said that was the worst I've played in a long time, and I knew I had to come out and be better for my teammates. Chiefs with the ball. Banesh looking to get a shot, does so, misses wide. It's going to roll all the way back down the floor, and Doug Jamieson will come out and get his first touch.
We did see Jamieson in the game last night.
Yeah.
For a different reason, though. But he did look good when he was tested.
Another save by Chiliano, speaking of looking good, and we're going to see Jamieson for an extended period here. Dane Smith shoots. That one stopped by Chiliano in the 5-hole with the stick, because normally if a goalie's going off for a breather, he keeps the gear on. So the fact that Ward went and put his stick away and his helmet away means he's not planning on going back in. I think Jamieson's in for the duration. Matt Symes with the ball. Jeremy Thompson watching him. Jarrett Davis with the big pick. Skips away from Goodwin. Dan Taylor's just a road grader, making picks over there. McIntosh was tossing into the corner, though, as there's nothing there. And that's a smart play. Get your D out. You don't have to try and force things when you're up 10-4. You don't want to take your foot off the throttle, but there's no need to force it and give a chance for transition. Keogh across to Weiss. Briar Jonathan with the big pick. Randy Stotts. Shot just goes wide. Thought the way Chiliano shrugged, he may have touched it. That one he definitely touched, and it goes straight back out to Dan Dawson for a fresh 30 for the Chiefs. Stepping his way in, takes a look across. Nobody's getting open, so he's going to shoot, and Chiliano just swallows that one up and asks for a break as it is stuck between his helmet and his shoulder pads, his uppers.
That's as good as an offensive possession that you can have without scoring. They had a ton of chances, but Chiliano, once again, shutting the door on a couple of big opportunities.
Mallory carrying down on Leo Sturos. Oh, nice little pick and roll, but Davis the ball hops out of his stick, and then Sturos and Paul Dawson all over him. And they're going to say Maple Ridge possession on a loose ball foul. Gillespie backing in. Now he looks to pass the ball, swing it around to Mallory and right all the way down to Davis. Big collision in front. Going to the net. Oh my goodness. What a night for Luke Gillespie.
Me, oh my, Luke Gillespie. Showing some scoring touch around the net once again with a beautiful fake and finish. This kid, beautiful move. And then,
I think Doug Jamieson was watching earlier and expecting Gillespie to go low.
That's exactly what it was.
Jamieson, see him going down.
Jamieson, a great goalie, a good, student of the game. Obviously, was anticipating that low underhand shot, but Gillespie heads up play and puts it up top.
And you wonder, Doug Jamieson, we've talked about how good he is. I think he's going to go fourth in the draft to Georgia. He's a future franchise goalie, but I actually think he looked a little nervous, a little rattled maybe on that, stepping into the Mann Cup, because normally he moves well, but normally he just seems to be more solid, more set in where he is, and forcing you to go around him rather than creating spaces.
Yeah, he kind of looked a little jumpy there.
Mm-hmm. Briar Jonathan tries the toe drag, gets away from him, but he tracks it down. He's banged into the boards by Porter. Big pick. That's going to be a moving one on Austin Stotts. And Porter runs down the floor. Briar Jonathan goes back with him, and picking it up in stride is Connor Goodwin. He'll leave it there for Mallory. Jarrett Davis over to Mallory. The Burrards can use long possessions and try and work for openings, but they're going to keep shooting when they have the chance. That one skips off the stick of Lowen. Sorry, that's Connor Goodwin. And Dane Smith will go to get the pass. A 7-goal lead for the Burrards, and it's interesting because every time the Chiefs would get a goal here from the start of the second period on, there's Banesh looking for one. Shoots low, Chiliano swallows it up. It just felt like, okay, the Chiefs are getting some momentum. They're going to start a comeback. We've seen them do it so often, but the Burrards have had an answer for everything Six Nations have done in this game.
Yeah, they have. Every time, we talked about how lacrosse is a game of runs, but what the Burrards have been able to do is, stop a potential run from this Six Nations team. Oh,
that ball pops out. Hard work by Symes to try and get it back after he's flattened. But a nice little pass by Von Harris ahead to Brody Merrill. Merrill sees a couple of blue jerseys. The Burrard's picking up the Chiefs as they come off. The last man is Smith. Oh, what a move, but Chiliano's there to stop it. Creighton Reed will pick up the ball. Nice job by Reed to actually stop that ball, the rolling ball, with his foot before it came out of the crease, so it's not a back end. And we have a penalty coming now. Chris Williams pointing to the Chiefs bench, telling Austin Stotts, yeah, it's you, I think. It looks like he's pointing straight at him. They've got the Sixer attackers out. They've got 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and McIntosh with the ball up top. Down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Soros will head out. McIntosh, hard pass across. Oh, off the inside of the post by Riley Lowen. So in case it is going to be a penalty to Austin Stotts. Sorry, Randy Stotts, the other Stotts brother. Unsportsmanlike, or delay of game. And I'm just going to do it quickly one more time because I kind of garbled it last time. Delayed penalty.
Yes.
You shoot, it either goes in or play is blown dead in CLA.
Yeah.
In the NLL, if you shoot, there's a rebound, you can get it back and continue until the team that committed the offense gets the ball.
Yes, it's more like hockey when you gain possession.
I just felt like I didn't say it very clearly again when I tried to clarify it, so let's get that one out.
Well, if they don't understand now, they'll never get it.
There you go. Taylor. Oh, no look pass. McIntosh shoots. Big save by Jamison. A big strip, though, and the Burrards get it back. Maple Ridge slows things down. Taylor to Lowen. Oh, nice pass. Looked off Davis and hit McIntosh. Didn't quite have a chance to shoot. Lowen over to Davis. Great ball movement. Big save by Jamison, though. That is the kind of movement we're talking about from Doug Jamison, where he's moving well, but he's looking composed and in control of himself when he's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. He's not just, guessing, hopping around, very controlled, like you said.
Great two-man game by Dawson and Banesh, but Chiliano with the save. Now, is he hurt or is he has fallen, went heavily to the ground. Not sure if he just stepped awkwardly. They're calling for the trainers already. And he looks like he's just trying to walk it off. I didn't see what happened. It may have just been an awkward step.
I think that's what happened when he did go to stretch. He might have just stretched out a little bit too much. But the way he's walking right now obviously looks like he's in pain, but not enough to, to receive any tension. He kind of just gives the trainer a
shove.
Get out of here.
A
I'm
wave
fine.
away. He kind of just pushed her off. Said, no, I'm good.
Get out of here.
Let's see. Let's watch it. Here's the play by Banesh coming across. Makes the save.
Yeah, it's
reaches up and it's right.
So I think it's just the way he stretched too far. Might have just a little pull in the hamstring or the quad.
You can see the discomfort. He kind of had the knee on the ground as he reached up, and it looked like it might have been a groin issue. And groin issues are not good issues for goalies.
No, absolutely not.
Even more so in hockey where they're doing the butterfly so much. But
I mean, you don't see it quite as much in lacrosse, but with the way that Chiliano does step, he does like to use that, to
Irving
push
and
off.
Thompson locked down on the face-off, and Jeremy Thompson actually looked up at Chris Williams like, is that not against the rules? And Chris Williams said, yes, it's your ball.
Correct.
100% take the ball, set it up. Short-handed Chiefs are looking to kill the final 50 seconds of this penalty, but Dane Smith is isolating, which usually means he's trying to create something. Dan Dawson sets a pick. Kevin Reed just pushes Dan Dawson away, and that is not easy to do. Dan Dawson looks thin. He is one of the strongest men you will ever meet. Smith with the swim move but loses it. Roger Weiss picks it up. .20 seconds left on the penalty, and the Burrards seem fairly content to let the Chiefs kill it, but then they try and get a shot off by Roger Weiss. He misses. They're down to 10 seconds. There's Dawson. What a goal. That one will tie Gary Gate, and it looked eerily similar to the one to
do this in the last couple of weeks so much. There was a Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the NBA a couple nights ago. Shaquille O'Neal posted up in the paint. That's what he was famous for. And Dan Dawson, very famous in the game of lacrosse for that as well. And just catches it with one hand, fake high, fake mid, and puts this one home. Beautiful catch and spin. And Shiliano's been playing fantastic all night, but he has no chance on that. And good on Dan Dawson for keeping his feet out of the crease there as well.
He almost never steps in the crease. He is so good around the crease. That is another difference. Here come the Burrards get it back as Randy Stotts was all over it. That is another rule difference in the NLL. It is as long as you don't touch down in the crease before the ball goes in, you're okay. Here in MSL, you can't cross the cylinder. If your foot goes, your body can be across the cylinder, your arms, your torso, but if your foot goes across the cylinder, it's no goal. That is a goal, though. Ben McIntosh steps back and just rips one through Doug Jamieson.
Another nice outside look from McIntosh. Jamieson looking a little overwhelmed in this one right now. And, I mean, he is a young goaltender, and he's getting put in the biggest spotlight in all of Canadian lacrosse in the Mann Cup, but just barely squeaking through. I mean, not a terrible goal to let in with how hard of a shot McIntosh does have, but obviously Jamieson's going to want that one back.
Yeah, it's a heavy, heavy shot. The Burrards come up with the ball off the face-off. They got possession. Jarrett Davis. That scoop by Brody Merrill. He is stripped. Great play by Gillespie. Boy, he's scoring. He's hard working on the forecheck. Here he goes again. Tries to force Brock into the crease. He makes the pass up to Ethan O'Connor, but man, Gillespie's having himself a game. There's the pass to the middle. Keogh can't quite get it. There's a save by Shiliano. And he's okay this time. He's just digging the ball out of his equipment. Goodwin sprints back to pick up the ball. Austin Stotts pressuring him. Some full floor pressure with Briar Jonathan now picking up Goodwin, but he gets it down to Lowen in the corner, goes and sets a pick, comes across to McIntosh. Sturos checks him and then just goes to pick up his man. Smart play to grab Symes. Symes will try and spring McIntosh as Lowen loses the ball, but it drops straight to Goodwin. They've got 4 seconds to shoot. Symes drops the ball, so he'll just tap it smartly back into the corner. Chiefs moving down the floor. Stotts over to Dane Smith. He goes sidearm low, and Shiliano stops that one. Austin Stotts picks off the outlet pass. 3-on-1. Banesh steps back, spins around after the pass from Dane Smith. He is swallowed up by a couple of Burrards. Zach and Colton Porter double teaming him to take away the chance, and now here comes Jarrett Davis running the floor. Sorry, Aaron Davis. Gives it off to Jarrett Davis. Davis, of course, one of those championship pedigrees you're talking about with the Saskatchewan Rush and Edmonton Rush, one each. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Mallory's going to run up, pass it to Symes. He's 1-on-4. Is he going to try a shot? No, he'll just drop it. Just taking the time so they could get the defenders out on the floor. And we will take the third period media timeout on this JVI Sports Network presentation of the 2016 Mann Cup.
And the Toronto Rock season tickets are on sale now for the 2017 season. Enjoy great benefits like the ticket exchange program, 2 bring friend vouchers for any regular season game, and your ticket to the first Rock home playoff game is included. Tickets start as low as $195. For more information, call 416-596-3075 or just visit for a not-so-great game.
Dan Dawson takes the ball down in the corner. Pass across. It's going to be a moving pick. Oh, and then a penalty coming. Randy Stotts is heading to the box, and Chris Williams doesn't want to hear from him. He's just saying, get in there. And then Stotts may have another one as Zach Porter was getting up in his face, and that's it. Stotts is gone. Gets in the face of Chris Williams, and he is out of here. Stotts, now he's trying to go to the penalty box. He's just going to walk through the back door, or along the back of the bench and down around the arena. Probably, but bounce out to Barker. Briar Jonathan runs into him.
That's the thing with the time right now. Normally Keogh would elect to take it to the corner and just rag it out for as long as he possibly can, which is usually a pretty long time. But when you're down this many goals, you have to take to the net.
McIntosh with it, taking his time. They've got Goodwin set up down on the far side of the goal line. Low and back to Taylor. McIntosh tried the quick stick, it got away, and Von Harris is going to run the floor. You can see the Chiefs trying to get something going in transition. He's got Dan Dawson. He'll shoot instead. Nice save by Chiliano. That's a good take by Von Harris, but just doesn't execute it. There's McIntosh all alone. Off the post, off Jamieson. It almost rolls out of the crease, but he gets it and makes the outlet pass. And another shaky pass over to that side, but Ethan Corner corrals this one. There's a penalty coming to Owen Barker. Trying the hard forecheck work and just a little overzealous.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that forecheck there by Barker. O'Connor having himself a pretty solid game tonight. I mean, I thought he was excellent the other night as well. And, getting rewarded there by moving the ball and getting tripped up there.
And Dan Dawson will start with it. Doug Jamieson has gone to the bench to make it a 5-on-4, as we are 4-on-4 in terms of manpower, because Stotts is still in the penalty box. That one almost got in. Chris Williams is looking and he's saying, no, yeah, you've got it covered, guys. Play is blown down. You can get off it and pick it up. That was close. You can see as play is blown back in that it was right on the goal line. So Stotts did get 2 minors plus the expulsion with the 10-minute misconduct. There's an outlet pass to Banesh, who's all alone off the post. That one's not in.
Oh, my God.
Banesh is pointing that it is. Ciliano loses his helmet, dives back to the net, and I thought looking at it that it was in. Ryan Banesh agrees. We're going to have to take a peek at this one.
Absolutely, we will.
And we're not the only ones. We have fans standing up looking at our monitor. Move your arm there, buddy. I want to see this one. We're going to take a look, and you can see Aaron Davis is calling someone over to come get the ball, and we have not yet seen the replay. There's the pass ahead to McIntosh. I really want to see that one. I'm sure we'll get it teed up.
It was mightily close. I mean, I would like to see it again.
Live, I thought it was in. So we'll see. Lowen, big save by Jamieson, making himself big. Davis goes to pick up his stick, and Brody Merrill just swings around, goes after him with the stick, but misses. There's a shot saved by Chiliano. And we're going to have a too many men call on the Berards.
And here we'll
here
see
we go.
It. There we go.
Oh, that's hard to see. Now, Chris Williams is right there in perfect position, but Chiliano's diving, and his arm may block the view. Is it? Boy, I can't. Go ahead and roll it again.
If we can roll it.
A little bit faster. Yeah, we got to go a bit faster. There we go. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so we see the ball right on the line, and it's...
Now, the thing is, it looked like it was going in, then Chiliano dives. His right hand, as he dives for it, goes around the outside of the post.
Yeah.
So it must have been the left hand that got it. The helmet's falling off. You can't see. I'm going to go with.
I think it was in.
That one's in, no question. Ryan Banesh gets his goal, makes it 12-6. That is a power play goal, as the too many men. So now there could be a possibility if Banesh, after his shot, if he was in the crease when the ball went in, that's no goal. If he got out of the crease as the ball is rolling, he's fine. This is the one that we just saw. You're going to see Banesh just finish it off as they go for the skip pass. Dane Smith across Banesh. He buries that one.
Beautiful no look by Dane Smith there. Banesh.
Let's see. There's Banesh. He runs into the crease. Okay, but it's okay right now because the shot has been taken. As long as he clears the crease, he's out of the crease. So that's a good goal if it goes in.
I think
again, you can run through the crease as long as you get out of it.
I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
And I think, and too, if the crease was the issue, he would have been pointing, saying it was crease rather for no goal.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
he's waving off, saying it was stopped before it went in.
Yeah,
Hard to say.
Very tough, very tough.
I'm going to add, it's kind of my go-to that they're in better position than we are from this angle to see that. Now, we do have the benefit of replay, but even that, when it's that hard to tell on the replay, I think you got to go and say the referee got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like reviews would be if there's not enough evidence, inconclusive evidence, we'll go with the call on the floor. So
exactly. Thompson wins the face-off to himself. We are 4-on-4 for another 42 seconds. 6 goals, 6.5 minutes to go. They're on that goal-a-minute pace that they would need to keep up. Smith over to Austin Stotts. He gets a big pick from Banesh. Excellent work by Colton Porter to work through that, but Stotts goes to the net and scores. What a goal by the youngster. I almost said rookie. He's not going to be a rookie for 3 more years in this league. He's got 3 years of junior lacrosse left.
Hey,
he becomes a senior.
He'll be a rookie when he's in his freshman season at OCC this year, I guess. You can count
point.
that. But wow, what another beautiful goal from Austin Stotts. Great pick movement from Banesh, but Austin Stotts just bring it to the cage.
Oh, now that one, that is a close crease call. Let's watch it from this angle,
will be a lot closer.
Jeez, that's close.
That's very close as well.
Wow. So if you're a Six Nations fan, we'll call it a draw. One that we thought was in, no goal. There's a shot. Ball's reset. Chiliano doesn't know where it is, but luckily for the Berards, Reed did know where it is. He's going to lob it ahead. It's too far, but chasing after it is Zach Porter. Dan Dawson pushes him down. Dawson thinks that Zach Porter kind of went down of his own volition, sensed the hand on the back. That's an effective play if that's what he did. Dawson did give him a little push.
I think that's what he did, but it's a smart play.
Yeah. Oh, and then Paul Dawson flattens Gillespie, is it? Or no, Dan Taylor over on the far side. And Taylor's having a chat with the official. Now he's just going to go and look for the ball. McIntosh will go down on his own side instead. Boy, it's a tough job refereeing. I would not want it. Like you get all those calls that you have to do with no replay and full speed with guys all around, bodies in the way, and everyone will criticize you. There's a shot by Taylor, stopped by Jamison. He's going to let Brock pick it up. And even if you get it right, half the people will criticize you.
Of course, if it doesn't go for your team, you're usually not liking the call.
And then we watch the replay 3 or 4 times and decide what really happened and explain how you should have called it. Oh, what a shot. Austin Stotts. My goodness.
Austin Stotts does not want to lose this game. Wow. This kid is unbelievable. The amount of talent this 18-year-old has is off the charts. What a unbelievable rip. Top cheese. Couldn't put that ball any better.
And it's so quick and so powerful. Short windup. Boom, it's gone.
And another really, really good pick by Banesh as well. We can't not mention that.
Pass across to Dan Dawson. Fires it, it's in! I was going to say they're within 4 with 5 minutes, on pace to get back, and now they're ahead of the pace they needed, the goal a minute. They're within 3. Travis Irving down on the floor. The trainer will come out and help him. And Dan Dawson is pointing to Irving, and I think he may be suggesting that that's what they like to call a Canadian timeout. Usually it's the goalie who suddenly, if the momentum's going the other way, suddenly needs to have the tape on his toe cap redone. That shot just gets Chiliano as he's stepping out. That is a good time to shoot if you can get it released while the goalie is stepping out to try and take away the angle. It opens up some holes.
Yeah, I mean, if you give Dan Dawson that much space to shoot, he's usually going to put that one home. He's got such a high release because he's so tall. Goaltenders have such a hard time finding where it's coming from and where it's going to.
And we were saying that Dan Dawson had a chance to move up to fifth tonight. He is all alone in fifth. He's past Gary Gate, and he is now past Scott Evans. He's got 124 points. He is well past. Again, we don't actually know how many points he's got tonight. We do not have point streak working. Wow, another 8-point night. That is huge.
Dawson has been unbelievable, and Matt Carrick said off the top of the broadcast, he's a guy that steps up into the spotlight, and he's done it again, bringing his team back into this game.
Pass through by Taylor. Davis can't grab it, but Lowen picks it up, goes over to Mallory. Good ball movement by the Burrards. Davis with the pick. McIntosh rolls up over the top. They've got 11 to shoot. And they need some good offensive sets, but they need some goals here, or at least a goal, as it's within 3, and they need to stem the momentum of the Chiefs. That's a great pickup. Luke Gillespie, or Dan Taylor, excellent job to get that one.
Need a big defensive stop here.
Riley Lowen grabs that one. Mallory gets it over, gets it back, 6 to shoot, and that one, it is a reset. It looked like it might have hit Lowen cutting through, but it hit Jamison, and here come the Chiefs the other way. Merrill has Dane Smith with him, gives it to him. Creighton Reed trying to cover him, not bad. Ryan Banesh will take the ball, and they'll set up on offense. No panic time for the Chiefs. They know they can get 3 goals in 3:20. There's a big save by Chiliano to stem the momentum a bit and to get his confidence back up. Creighton Reed pushing it up the floor. Runs it, turns aside. Reed taking his time, 15 on the shot clock. There is no over and back in the CLA, so they can run back like that. Jarrett Davis is checked from behind by Sid Smith. Great play.
That's a beautiful trail check by Sid Smith.
Lob pass ahead. Vaughn Harris drops it but picks it up. 3 Burrards defenders back there. You can see the Burrards really want to get their offense off the floor whenever it looks like the ball's coming back the other way and get the D out, but they've got to still try and create something in the offensive zone. And there is a 6th attacker coming out, but Weiss goes back as he sees a shot coming. 12-9, 2.5 minutes to go in game 2 of the Mann Cup Championship. All kinds of pressure, and that's going to be a penalty to Austin Stotts. And there's a shot, and it will blow play dead. Zach Porter took the high stick from Stotts. He's still down on the floor with the trainer out visiting him. We'll see how it is. That was a high stick. Austin Stotts will go off. I think they're discussing whether it's 5 minutes or not. And I think it is. As looks like he's taking off his helmet. I think he's heading to the dressing room. Feels like it's going to be at least a major.
We'll see right here on the replay. Oh yeah, it's a cross check.
Targets the head. Now, again, Zach Porter is short, and he is kind of bending over. Takes a peek up there at the end of that replay. I wouldn't mind seeing that again as Austin Stotts heads off, and we can see the replay as he's knocked down and then looks up.
That's obviously taking a lot of wind out of this comeback sail that the Six Nations put together, obviously. But like you said, it is tough. Porter, a smaller guy. And then we'll see the replay here. And he just kind of goes back into it. And
yeah, that's a
anytime, though, you make a cross check to the head like that, the referees have to call that.
It's a major, but I don't think there'd be anything supplemental because it's not. I mean, he wasn't viciously going after the head. He was going for a cross-check and hit the head, but I think he was going for the shoulder. Oh, he does get a game misconduct for the 5, so a major in a game. Taylor to Mallory. His shot is stopped. Penalty coming to the Chiefs. It's going to be a slash on Sid Smith. So they're going to be shorthanded, 2 men with 1:52 to go down. They're down by 3. And bear in mind that Randy Stotts was kicked out of the game. Austin Stotts is kicked out of the game. They're already down to 16 runners. Somebody has to go and serve Austin Stotts penalty. That's 15. Sid Smith's off in the box. They've got 14 runners. Now, they do have Dane Smith out killing this penalty, along with John Sullivan and Brody Merrill, and they had Smith out for the 5-on-4 as well, because he is so dangerous in transition. McIntosh up to Taylor, down to Lowen. They're moving it well. McIntosh didn't feel comfortable with that shot, so he'll go to Lowen. He spins over to Taylor. Quick stick, Lowen with the finish.
I mean, that's tough for the defender and goalie when you're, down to 3 guys on that kill. And it's a great finish by Lowen on the crease. But you got to tip the cap to Six Nations for, making a comeback here. Unfortunately, those 2 couple penalties really hurt their chances coming back into this game. But we'll see here. Great ball movement and a great quick stick. Jamison a little bit off his post there. Would have probably liked to hug it a little more. But nonetheless, a great finish from Lowen.
1:34 to go, a 13-9 lead, and a 5-on-3 power play for the Burrards. Definitely looking like this one is over. That was some pushback by the Chiefs, but huge pushback from last night by the Burrards. We're going to have another penalty, a slashing call. This one's going to David Brock, and we're seeing some frustration from the Chiefs.
We saw last night the Burrards, start to parade to the penalty box near the end of the game. Tonight we're seeing the same with Six Nations. Obviously, like you said, a little bit frustrated, but the refs are trying to control the game here, making sure nothing gets out of hand. But obviously, Six Nations not pleased with the calls.
And the Burrards are just going to sit outside. And let this one run down. They're in no hurry. They've got 8 seconds on the shot clock. They're just going to let it run down. Mallory has the ball. He calls Jarrett Davis to come across the floor to open up the corner so we can roll it in. We're into the final minute of play. And remember, we'll have Sam McDade with an interview with one of the Maple Ridge Burrards, assuming they do win this, which is fairly obvious at this point. And down on the floor, we will have our Thompson Brothers Lacrosse 3 stars as well. Dane Smith trying to get one back as he heads down. They're 4-on-5, and that's picked off by Kevin Reed, and he'll just run behind the net. And again, the Burrards are just going to let as much time tick off as possible and roll it into the corner. Ryan Banesh not forcing the issue, so we're not going to see a whole lot happening here in the final seconds of game 2, but a whole lot happened before that. And the Burrards said they were going to change some things. They said they would come back with a better effort. We believe them, and it definitely came true tonight. And I'll tell you, a few lineup changes making a big difference in Luke Gillespie, Matt Symes, and Clay Miller all stepping in and playing big roles.
Oh, no, there's no doubt about that. The play of Luke Gillespie and Symes, both of them, just a different dynamic on offense. And it looked like a completely different team on this Maple Ridge team. And you could say the same thing for Six Nations. They came out flat. They didn't. You heard Dan Dawson say it in that interview heading into the third. He didn't really anticipate them to have that big of a pushback. They kind of underestimated this Maple Ridge team, and game 3, they're not going to do the same. They're going to know what kind of team this team really is. And Six Nations, obviously you got to tip their cap for them pushing back. Those couple penalties near the end really hurt them. So game 3 should be another doozy.